Tycoon games have always been a source of relaxation while at the same time giving a sense of challenge for people who play them. With games like Zoo Tycoon, Prison Architect, and of course the classic Sim City, the simulation of running a business, organization, or civilization comes with a multitude of responsibilities, and just like in real life, if those responsibilities aren't met, can lead to the downfall of the business, but if you play your cards right, your business will grow, allowing more opportunities and ways to expand your horizons. I'm sure those of you watching from my generation who have grown up watching Suite Lives of Zack and Cody have always wondered what it was like to run a hotel. Welcome everyone, my name is Shane, also known as Wonder Subset, and I'm here to tell you that while I have no experience with running a hotel, let alone any experience in the hotel industry at all, I at least got to simulate that feeling with Hotel Architect, developed by Pathos Interactive and published by Wired Productions. I was able to acquire access for the playtest, which went from January 25th to January 28th. I have played the playtest for about 2 hours, and as someone who doesn't play Tycoon games often, I don't think I've found any as addicting as this game. Now when you first start the game, you have 4 areas on the map to start your hotel: Gothenburg, Sweden, Santorini Island, Paris, France, and St. Athan, Austria, each with their own guest types and temperature in the area. However, Gothenburg was the only area available, with the other 4 being locked out during the playtest. When you select your region, you begin your new scenario and name your hotel. I'm going to go ahead and name my establishment the Leroy Jenkins Hotel since I'm just running into this without thinking. When you start your new scenario, you are given objectives to complete while running your hotel, which can unlock rewards, but more on that later. After learning the ropes of the game thanks to the very helpful Anna, I was ready to begin making the Leroy Jenkins Hotel a fine establishment for the guests of Gothenburg. In scenario mode during the playtest, I had my hotel already made for me, and whatever I did next with it in terms of customization and creativity was all at my control while also accomplishing my objectives in the process. Now, as the name of Hotel Architect implies, you have free reign over how you create your hotel, and like with any other Tycoon game, your business choices, finances, satisfaction of customers/citizens, and reputation are all up to you. Whenever you want to build anything in Hotel Architect, whether it's new rooms or an additional floor, you first need to create the structure to build and what type of room it will be. This can range from building the foundation, walls, doors, and windows, and choosing the design of the floor and wallpaper for the rooms, to bringing in appliances and decorations such as tables, beds, coolers, sinks, printers, plants, and art pieces, with multiple different options in terms of looks and designs. Then you can call and hire construction workers, and depending on how big the project is, can decide the amount of workers you want to hire. Smaller groups are cheaper but take longer to complete the construction project, while larger groups can get the work done faster but are more expensive. After you finish planning out what you want to build and add for your hotel, the construction workers will arrive and begin building your foundation in real time. You can also make the trips from the truck shorter for them by adding material sites within the area of construction, which can make the process go by faster. I will admit, it's oddly satisfying seeing my foundation being built in real time, watching my vision come to life in front of me as they make the proper area for my dream hotel while also adding decoration to make the place look more lively. Just be careful not to accidentally trap them in a room with no doors, because this poor worker got scared after this small mistake and it made me feel bad for them, and not because I was scared of what OSHA and the city would say if I were to put a construction worker in danger. Also, don't forget to get rid of any leftover pallets lying around from the material sites just to avoid another complaint, plus it's kind of an eyesore. And most importantly, when the job is done, the workers won't automatically leave and will instead just walk around with nothing to do. So unless there's anything else you want them to add while they're here, be sure to send them home once they're done, otherwise it'll just cost you money. You can always call them back in case there's anything more you want to build and add later. Now that the building process is out of the way, at least for now, we can start getting to work on our establishment. Now, a hotel can't run properly without its essential workers such as cleaners, maintenance workers, chefs, waiters, and of course the receptionist. And while bartenders and croupiers will be in the game, they were locked when I played the playtest. You can add more than one staff from each category to get tasks done faster, but you have a max amount for each one. I would only recommend doing this whenever you further expand your hotel. Each employee has their own role in how they contribute to the hotel. Chefs and waiters run the restaurant within the hotel, providing services such as meals and drinks to the guests. Maintenance workers repair and maintain damaged hotel property and care for the plants within the hotel, while cleaners care for the establishment by cleaning any messes in the rooms and cleaning the toilets, sinks, and showers, while also making sure that the rooms and beds are cleaned and made for the next guest. And of course, the receptionists are in charge of guest bookings while also dealing with any complaints. Each staff role has randomly generated workers for you to choose with their own unique names and appearances, with new ones available after a certain amount of time has passed. In addition, they all also have their own unique attributes as well, showcasing their strengths and weaknesses that could benefit or hurt your business. Attributes can range from a cleaner having a positive attitude with no chance of the mood going down while also being a slow worker without needing any breaks, to a chef that professionalizes in meat dishes while at the same time having a bad temper, in which their inner Gordon Ramsay will come out whenever they fail a task or get scolded. It should also be noted that a staff member's mood affects not only their performance but also the people around them. So while it's beneficial to have a skilled employee for your business who does their work flawlessly in their areas, it's also important to tread lightly on if said employees have certain attitudes that could affect the mood of other staff members and of course the guests. Now the guests are the bread and butter of your hotel. They are what brings in the money. Obviously, the amount of guests you have at your hotel depends on how many rooms you have built. Throughout your journey, you will be greeted by a new guest wanting to stay at your hotel, and the reviews and results of the hotel depend on how well their stay was. The better their stay, the better the reviews will be. Guests can determine how well their stay was based on things such as the cleanliness of the hotel, the services and attitude provided by the staff, and even amenities such as a gym or any source of entertainment for the guests to spend their time on. During the tutorial, one of my objectives was to add this whack-a-mole type game to the lobby. Then, after finding out I can add gym equipment and due to the demand of the guests, I made a small room on the second floor of my hotel with gym equipment and refreshments, so that guests can get a workout in for the day. And after that, I felt like the hotel needed a little extra source of entertainment to keep the guests occupied. So I added a TV in every room in the hotel, and then I made one decent-sized room on the second floor as the arcade, with one side being a row of arcade cabinets and one side a row of whack-a-moles. 3 TVs at the end wall here and snack and drink vending machines there, a few properly colored wall and floor foundations here and there, and now I have a room for the gamers to enjoy. Small additions such as this can increase the satisfaction of your guests, resulting in better and more positive reviews and an increase in revenue and reputation. Although I wish I had access to more menu options for the restaurant during the playtest, because I feel like my guests deserve meals such as steak and spaghetti and meatballs rather than just a menu consisting of pea soup and a salad. You will also occasionally have a hotel critic visiting your establishment who you can distinguish based on their clothes. Every 3 in-game days, a critic will arrive and stay at the hotel for 1 or 2 days. Just like with regular guests, a critic's satisfaction with their stay results in the hotel's services, attitudes of staff, and how well the hotel performs in general. However, unlike regular guests, critics will document everything more carefully and will leave a more detailed review. Critics are very important in that they provide stars for the hotel, which not only affects the hotel's reputation, but also provides rewards depending on the requirements your hotel has to achieve these stars. The more requirements you have that the critic is looking for, and the better the service they receive, the more stars you receive. And the more stars you receive, the more money the guests are willing to spend at the hotel. Once the critic leaves the hotel, you'll be able to see their review and what to look out for to improve, such as the overall environment and how impactful the activities at the hotel are. Now, there are many ways how your hotel can overall improve for the next critic and overall guests. Whenever you look at the critic reviews, you can see the results of certain areas that need to be looked at and what requirements to have for more stars, such as having a gym or having a certain menu item. You can find these requirements by looking for the right items you need for your different rooms, such as the gym, kitchen, restaurant, and more after they have been constructed and labeled as such. While some of these items are used as decoration to make the hotel look more lively and have its own identity, a lot of items that can be used have their own purpose. From having a printer for receptionists to make a pass for the guests, to having a nice sofa and water tank in the lobby for guests to relax and refresh themselves while they wait, to having a coffee machine, a place to sit, and snack vending machines in the break room for the staff, to the kitchen having shelves for the cutlery and ingredients for dishes. Practically every item can be used to help further benefit your hotel's overall performance and provide satisfaction to the hotel staff and guests, such as the gym and arcade I mentioned earlier. You will also get notifications on the bottom right corner of the screen to let you know what goes on in the hotel. Of course, a hotel's performance and reputation are based on the services provided by the staff, and their performance can also be determined by how well they're treated. Make sure that each staff member has their basic necessities for the job, such as kitchen materials for the chef, drinks for the waiters to serve to the guests, and appliances to wash and dry bed sheets for the cleaners. It's also important to make sure that the staff members' well-being are in check too. So when staff members feel worn out or stressed, they will take a moment to rest and recover in the break room and have coffee and a snack. Sometimes staff members will work themselves to the point of exhaustion, which can affect their morale. So if it comes to that, make sure that they take a break and have plenty of time to recover. Good staff morale makes a better work environment and hotel experience, while poor morale decreases performance and a poor result for the hotel in the long run, and staff members can even quit if their morale falls low enough. My staff work very hard and deserve to be rewarded for their efforts, so I gave all of them a slight increase in their salary and make sure that they are taken care of, which of course will boost their morale. However, sometimes you will have staff members who just don't do a good job at all, whether they have a poor attitude, slack off on the job, or continuously make mistakes. And again, one employee's attitude can affect those around them. So while it is the hardest part of managing a business, at the end of the day, a business is a business. So if that staff member's attitude can't change, then for the sake of the establishment and its workers, that staff member will have to be let go. The AI of the employees is really well done. They all perform their duties automatically without any noticeable issues, for the most part. One time the toilet in the lobby bathroom wasn't clean for some time, to the point where customers started making complaints about it. A few days have passed and it still wasn't clean, to my surprise, despite my cleaners usually being on top of everything, and I didn't really understand why. The toilet was eventually clean, but a situation like this makes me wish there was a command option. Now again, the AI ensures that the workers are always on top of their duties, but with situations like this, I feel like having an option to manually have them perform a specific duty before continuing with their job would make the experience a little easier and more manageable. Of course, a business can't run without revenue. When you first start your scenario, your business will be slow and money will be limited. It's important to try to keep spending to a minimum and focus more on the needs of the hotel rather than things such as arcade cabinets and TVs in every room. Those can always come later. The last thing you want is your finances going in the red and your income in the negative. While working on your hotel, you can check the financial overview category where you can check your hotel's assets and debts, check the cash flow and ratings, and more. Sometimes if you need a little extra cash, you can take out a loan. Taking out a loan can affect your current credit score and debt ratio because whenever you take out a loan, you have to take the interest into account. As long as you have the loan, you need to pay off a daily cost to keep the loan. The higher the amount you wish to borrow, the higher the interest and the more the daily cost will be. And this will continue until you pay off the loan. It's a bit of a risky move financially, but as long as you continue to make good business decisions, focus on ways to bring in more customers and save your money, you'll be paying off your debt in no time. You can also click the opportunities section where you can find opportunities to bring in more customers, such as PR campaigns like buying fake guest reviews or land leasing where you can earn an hourly income until you remove it. And considering the fact that one of those land leases involves getting paid $30 an hour by an anonymous energy giant for hiding radioactive waste in your hotel, I'm scared to know what other leasing opportunities will happen in the future. Now, it's important to remember that when you first start your hotel scenario, things will turn out slow and a little bit rough. You won't have as much money to invest in better things for your hotel, and reviews won't be as high as you want them to be. But as long as you make the right financial decisions and continue to have great experiences with your guests, it gets better. When I first started my scenario, I had to work with what I had, but over time with the right staff, opportunities, and decisions for the satisfaction of my guests, I was able to expand my hotel, add more rooms and amenities, and the business started flourishing, and after some time, I was able to pay off my loans. It reached a point where the business could run itself without much involvement from me, so I clicked the fast forward button and just let the money start rolling in while I went to go do the dishes, pay my rent, and make dinner. Since I got done with my scenario in Gothenburg, I decided to try my luck in sandbox mode, which can be unlocked during scenario mode. In sandbox mode, your hotel isn't pre-built, meaning that you'll have to build your hotel from the ground up. This opens up opportunities for more creativity as you can play however you like. Whenever you start a new sandbox, you can choose the start conditions such as how much money to start with, the cooldown timer for the garbage service and supply refill to arrive, and what types of guests you want at your hotel. So you can give yourself a casual experience or you can give yourself a challenge. After taking into account everything I learned on my first playthrough, I was able to make my dream hotel come to life with its own unique layout and give it a nice fancy look for both floors. And after about an hour and a half, the Cheeseburger Hotel, yes that's the name I chose for this establishment, became another success. Man, I should have been a hotel entrepreneur because I'm really good at this. Overall, as someone who doesn't usually play tycoon games often, Hotel Architect was quite a fun and addicting experience. The levels of creativity you can reach can deliver a new experience every time you play and start a new hotel, and nothing ever feels stale. And since you're able to unlock more items for your hotel as you play through the game and reach milestones and complete objectives, it just leaves open more opportunities to give your hotel its own identity. I was so invested in building my hotel, especially the second floor, that I didn't realize how much time had passed. The staff and guests are also really likable in their own ways as well, with their expressive personalities and overall charm. I also like how they speak as well. It reminds me of The Sims.
Tanka
Credu.
Shawarma.
Pathos Interactive has done an amazing job with the playtest, and I'm looking forward to what they're going to be doing with this game moving forward. Be sure to also check out the Pathos Interactive website, social media, and the game's Steam page for news and updates. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.